2 years ago, Aidan Michelow joined the Needham School Committee as its first student representative. The district founded the position to engage and empower the student perspective in the development of policies, programs, and regulations. Now, upon graduating, Michelow sat down with municipal producer You Shall Win to share his experience and why he thinks it's important to keep the position.
In September 2019, Needham School Committee welcomed its first non-voting student member, Aidan Michelow, then a Needham High School junior. Over the last 2 years, he has attended over 40 meetings to share his opinion as a student with the district decision makers.
Not necessarily representing the student body, but just giving a well-informed perspective of one student at the high school and what one student's experience is like.
The school committee's student member is also the chair of the Student Advisory Committee, which is composed of 6 representatives elected by Needham High School students. The Student Advisory Committee facilitates communication between the school committee and the student body and regularly report to the committee.
It might have been a little bit intimidating for me just to be a part of the committee, which I was presenting before for 2 years, and I think I was at first a little bit intimidated by it, but I just thought it was a really interesting position to have and something that I could really make a big difference.
A few months after Michelow joined the school committee, an unprecedented challenge fell on district leadership: whether to keep school running with a spreading virus sweeping the world. They wanted and needed to know if a policy suited student needs and if any student voice was unheard.
I would say the 2 main concerns for high schoolers are probably just grading and the terms.
I know a lot of people have kind of come up to me and said that they are actually really anxious to go back to school. And so I was just wondering about the availability of guidance counselors and maybe.
I think I played a very big role in kind of the decision about the hybrid model this school year, and last school year in the spring with the remote model. I think I really gave a crucial student perspective to the committee about what students were experiencing in their classrooms on Zoom during COVID.
But more than that, Michelow said the position was necessary just given the various issues in daily school life.
I'm able to communicate a lot of the events and fundraising ideas that we have at on our student council and through the different classes and at large, that I can communicate to the school committee, and they can give us advice, they can ask what we need. So really it's that kind of communication piece. We've had issues throughout the years of anti-Semitic graffiti, racism, homophobic graffiti, just different issues around the school. And I think it's been really important for a student to be able to communicate these issues with the school committee, so that the school committee can really recognize and understand kind of a lot of the issues that are going in the high school. Without a student representative on the committee, I really don't think it would be as efficient and as productive.
At its last school committee meeting on Tuesday, June 1st, Michelow received best wishes and a gift from the superintendent and other committee members.
You're not afraid to say when things are sort of not going as great as they could be, or when we're experiencing some challenges, certainly at the high school, but you always put sort of a positive spin on things.
We are not involved operationally in the schools, and it's not our role. So, just bringing a person in who is literally in the school every day, and your involvement is so close, that's always a challenge. And so you handled that really beautifully.
In a few months, Michelow will be embarking on his path in neuroscience. He encourages younger students who are interested in policymaking to consider pursuing this position.
It's a really just cool position to be a part of, and something that not many students experience. It's really cool to kind of learn kind of a lot of what goes on behind the scenes, a lot of the work that's put in, the leadership, a lot of characteristics of a leader I've learned throughout this position.
Needham High School sophomore Dylan Maloney will join the school committee at its next meeting as the new student representative. For the Needham Channel News, I'm You Shao Yuan.